Hello everyone, my name is Lakshmi and I am currently pursuing my Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science and Engineering from Madan Mohan Malviya University of Technology, Gorakhpur. This video is submitted as a part of my MERN-Tech internship project. During this internship, I had the opportunity to gain hand-on experience in full-stack web development during the MERN-Stack, which includes React, Node.js, MongoDB, and Express.js. The internship focused on enhancing my understanding of both front end and back end technology with database management and API communication to develop efficient and user friendly web application. The primary goal of this internship were to understand the workflow of full stack web development, to design and implement a complete dynamic web application using the MERN stack. As a part of internship, I developed a web application titled Homely Hub. The architecture of Homely Hub application follows the MERN stack architecture consisting of front-end, back-end, database. Front-end developed using React.js, providing a dynamic and responsive user interface. Backend managed with Node.js handling all business logic, routing, and server-side operations. Database implemented using MongoDB, where all user details, hotel information, and booking records are stored. Let's start with the presentation. Here are some basics which we need to learn before starting with the MERN stack developments. HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is used to create and structure web page. HTML is made up of tags enclosed in brackets. Each tag usually has an opening tag and a closing tag. The browser reads HTML to display content. In basic structure of HTML, here is the main body which made up by HTML tag, and head and body tag is also there. Some common HTML tag is also used like paragraph tag for the paragraph, and image tag, and some of the listing tag is also there, like unordered list ul tag, ordered list ul tag, and for the formation of forms, form tag is used. For the styling, we use CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. It is used to style and design HTML web pages. CSS control layouts, color, font, spacing, and positioning. It separates content HTML from designing. Way to add CSS. There are three ways: inline CSS, internal CSS, and external CSS. Inline CSS style written inside an HTML tag. Internal CSS style written inside style tag in the head section. For external CSS, style written in a separate .css file and linked to HTML. In CSS, box model is also there. Every HTML elements in a box with 4 layers, which includes margin, border, padding, and content. We can also set colors using CSS. And here comes the interactive part. JavaScript is a programming language used to make web page interactive. It can change HTML and CSS dynamically, like to show pop-ups, validate forms, animations. It runs in the browser, client side, but also on server using Node.js. We can add JavaScript in three ways: inline, internal, and external. JavaScript syntax. In JavaScript syntax, statement ends with semicolon, optional but recommended. JS is case sensitive. Some operators are also there in JavaScript like arithmetic, assignment, comparison, and logical. Arithmetic operator is used for mathematical operations. Assignment operator is used to assign values. And comparison operators is used to compare values. Now we finally comes to React. React.js is a JavaScript library used to build user interfaces. Developed by Facebook Meta. Used for single page application, fast, dynamic and interactive. Work using component and virtual DOM. app.jsx is the main file used to build the React applications. Here in app.jsx, function app is used. Components is the building block of React. There are two types of component, functional component and class component. Here, some of the hooks is also important to use in React, like use state, use effect, use ref, use context, and use reducer. Use state is used to manage states. Use effect is used to handle side effects. Use context is used to share data globally. Now let's come to the coding part. Here one main folder is there named Homely Hub and to some folder named frontend and backend to separate the part of frontend development and the backend development. Inside the frontend we have some collections like public src and some folders node modules and some files also like readme file and white.config.js file package.json file. Inside the public folder we have something called assets. Assets have all the images which we are using in this project. In src folder we have subfolders asset, components, css, store, utils. In css we have all the css files which we are using for the styling the page, and in components we have some components which we are making in this project like accommodation, home, my bookings, payment, property listing, users, and all the loading spinner.jsx, not found, progress step, my booking, and all these. Some main files was also there like app.jsx, app.css, index.css, and in store folder we have also have the folders like accommodation, booking, payment, property details, and in store and in user we have user action.js file, user slice.js file. Now let's connect to the backend part and the MongoDB to the project. For that, open the new terminal and split the screen into two parts. In first we write cd backend Then npm run dev. Wait for a minute. Here we can see that app running on port 8080 MongoDB connected. So let's move to the front end part. Here we write cd front end and npm run dev. Here we can see that the localhost 5173 link, if we click on the follow link, we see the project on the browser, whichever browser you use. Now I will show you the code and their execution. So first file is app.jsx. This is the heart of your React app. It controls all routes using React router and connect different part of your app. It wraps everything inside a router tag to enable navigation without reloading the page. Define all the routes such as login, sign up, edit profile and accommodation, etc. Use a main tag layout, meaning all pages share the same header and the footer. Some routes are protected, so if the user isn't logged in, they get redirected to login part. It uses Redux to manage user state. A use effect automatically clear error messages whenever there is an update in the Redux state. In short, app.jsx decides where or what page to show, when to redirect and how components are connected. Let's moving forward main.jsx. This is a layout component. It provides a common structure for all pages. It displays the header on top and the footer at the bottom. Between them, it renders the active page using outlet. Every page that is nested under in your routes get displayed here. In short, main.jsx control your page layout and keep your header and footer consistent across the page. Let's moving forward app.jsx. This file defines the top navigation bar, logo, menu, profile icon, etc. It usually includes the website's logo, search bar and the user related option. Might use conditional rendering, for example, so login sign up if the user is not logged in, or profile and layout if they are. Provides links that navigate to other routes like login, accommodation and property list. Let's now come to footer.jsx part. This defines the bottom section of every page. It usually includes copyright, contact info, social media link or quick link. Footer.jsx gives your app a finished and professional layout and provide extra info or navigation options. Now comes to the property list.jsx file. They show a list of all available properties, fetches properties data from your backend using Axios or Redux action. Display them in a grid or card format with key detail like image, name, price, and location. Each property card usually linked to a property details property listing.jsx for more info. In short, we can say that property list.jsx is like your home page showing user all the available options. Here comes the property listing.jsx file. This shows detailed information about one specific property. Display property name, price, photo, description, address, and amenities. Uses route parameters to load the correct property. May include a book now or inquiry button for user to take action. Property listing.jsx is a detailed part page for a single property. Let's moving forward. I can show you the logging.jsx file. This handle the user login page contain a form for email and password. On submit, sends the data to your backend using Axios and Redux action. If successful, store user info in Redux. Redirects to the home page or profile page. Shows some error for invalid credentials. In short, we can say that login.jsx is for user authentication or signing in. Now for new user registration, I can make the signup.jsx file. Here the signup.jsx file, it contains fields like name, email, password, confirm password, etc. Sends data to the backend and create a new user. Shows success or error messages. Redirect to login part after successful sign up. In short, signup.jsx help new user create a new account. Now, if a user wants to change something, then it can open or click the edit.jsx file. This lets login user update their personal information, loads current user info from Redux or backend, allow editing details like name, email, profile picture, etc. On submit, sends updated info to backend. May show a success message once updated. Edit profile.jsx is a user setting management page. Now I can show you the mybooking.jsx file. This shows a list of users' past or upcoming bookings. Fetches booking data for the current logged in user. Display property name, logging dates, total amount, and booking status. User can click a booking to see more details. In short, if we say that this file helps user track or view their booked properties. Moving forward to accommodation.jsx file. This page likely list or manage accommodation available for hosting or rendering. fetches accommodation data for the backend, display it in a list of table format. Could have option to edit or delete accommodation. This file this file is a management or listing page for accommodation. Now I can show you the accommodation form. This provide a form to add or edit accommodation detail contained input field like name, address, price, photos, etc. On Submit, send data to backend API, often used by admin or host to create new listing. This is for creating or editing accommodation and entries. Now here comes the last file, not found.jsx. This display a simple 404 page when user try to open a invalid route. Typically show a message like page not found or a button to go to the home page. In short, we can say that not.jsx is the error page for the wrong URL. This is my project home page where you can see the all properties listed. If we click on this right corner option, here comes the login part where email and password you can type or anything you want to submit for login. If you click on the login, here you can see the my account and log out button. If you click on the my account, you can see here my profile, my booking, my accommodation, all which is linked to your account. Here in the bottom you see the two button, edit profile and change password. If you click on the edit profile, here comes a form, update profile form, uh, in which you can change your name, phone number. If you want to add a different image, you can browse a image also from clicking on browse. And if you click on the update button, you can update the profile. And then if you click on the my booking, you can see the booking here which you are previously booked. If you click on the my accommodation, here you see a button. On the add new place button, you can see a form in which you have some filling details like title, address, photo, upload photos, description, property type, room type, amenities, extra info, check-in, check-out time, maximum guest, or price per night. If you click on the save, you can add a new accommodation to this website. Then now I can show you how you booked a property if you want to. So here you can click on the any property, then a page show up to you in which all the details, all the images description, what displays offer, and a map and a extra info is also shown for that particular property. A form is also shown in the uh, right corner, in which if you want to book this property, you can select a date and then first and then number of guests. Let's type 5. You can give your name and then a phone number. Now here comes the most interesting part, in the below button where you can see book this place rupees, and then initially you can see 0 there, and then if you when you add number of guests and number of days you can stay, then you can see a total price which you have to pay to book that property. If you click on that button, you can see a page where you can see a new button, proceed to payment. If you click on the proceed to payment button, you see a page where all the details, check in check out time, number of guests, number of stay, you can see all of this, and total amount is also there. If you want to book that property, then click on confirm payment, or if you want to cancel or uh, add anything extra, you can click on the cancel payment. Now if we click on the confirm payment, you can see that property is added to my booking page or redirect to my booking page. So this is all about my project. One thing is also there in the header part, all the functions is working. If you add if you want to search destination, particular destination, you can, if you want to search Goa or anything else, you can just simply type Goa and click enter. Then you will see the property number of guests. Then you simply click on the add guest and type number of guests, and then click on the search, and you see the all properties which are uh, which have preferred these number of guests. So this is all about my project. In the Homely Hub project, the front end was built using React.js with reusable component for navigation, room listing, and booking form. The backend API were developed using Node.js to handle user authentication, room management, and the booking operations. MongoDB was used to store and retrieve data effectively, while Mongoose handled schema modeling. The entire system was tested for responsiveness, performance, and data consistency. Finally, the project was hosted on a local environment and can be deployed to platforms such as Render or Vercel for production use. This internship provided me with valuable insights into full stack development and strengthened my practical understanding of the MERN stack. Developing the Homely Hub project enhanced my skill in front end, back end integration, database connectivity, and real world web application design. Overall, this experience has been both educational and rewarding, helping me build a strong fundamentals for my future career in web development. Thank you for watching my project presentation.